Draw. 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 Done. I don't think any of us won.
Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a
Yo, what up? It's your boys back at it again in the studio for the first time in like 3 months. We out here reviewing films, TV, literature, music, and we're gonna do it together. All right?
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Zach?
All right, today I will be reviewing Contagion, starring Matt Damon. Roll the clip.
Watch this. It's transmission, so we just need to know which direction.
On day one, there were 2 people, and then 4, and then 16. In 3 months, it's 1 billion. That's where we're headed.
They're calling out the National Guard. They're moving the president underground. People will panic.
Get away!
It will tip over.
The truth is being kept from the world.
Cook your samples, destroy everything. Hello. I need you to get me the names of everyone who serviced this room. It's an emergency.
You can't panic now.
I know.
I'm gonna get you home.
I got people too, Dr. Cheever. We all do.
Don't talk to anyone. Don't touch anyone. Stay away from other people.
Get back in your car! We're not sick!
It's figuring us out faster than we're figuring it out.
It's mutated.
So this movie's actually fantastic. I really enjoyed the movie because I watched the movie during lockdown, and it's very similar to like what we're experiencing in the world today with this virus and everybody like scared of everybody else and stuff, like, and everyone wants to like social distance. The movie starts out with this girl. She's having a fun time, and then she's at a bar, casino, and she's just living it up. She's like with everybody, and you always see like every time like someone touches something, you see like where that goes and stuff, and it's pretty cool. And then she goes to her room, sleeps. I don't know if they show that part, but they explain it. And then she wakes up and goes to the airport, and she calls her this guy, which you don't know yet. And she's like, he's like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm experiencing some like jet lag. And he's like, okay, that's cool. And then so she gets home, and a week passes, and her kid starts to not feel good. So they take her home. They take him home, and then the lady that we were watching for like the first 10 minutes just faints, starts foaming at the mouth, having a seizure, and dies right there. And you're like, bruh. So that's how the movie begins. Okay, so that's just a little clip of what happens. Now, what? That's literally the intro.
Josh ruined it. I was staring at the camera intently. Come on.
Okay. So this movie pretty much explains the coronavirus really well. That the main character, Mitch, which was the woman we were watching the first, is Mitch's wife. And you find out that someone in Chicago randomly got it, and his name's like familiar to Mitch, the main character, and he realizes that that's his wife's old ex. And they realized that his wife had an affair, and that's where it went to Chicago, and then it's where they're at right now. So that happens, and basically it's spreading like wildfire all the way in China. And since that lady brought it from China to the United States, now a lot of people in the United States are getting it. So basically the Center for Disease Control is talking about it, and they're like, we need to get this sorted out and everything. And It's like, it's really, it feels familiar. Like when the scenes are like at like I gotta stop saying like so much. When the scenes are at a, I don't want to say like, I don't want to say like,
word.
I don't want to say like, when
Your
the scene,
vocabulary is so
limited, yeah.
You can't find another word.
when they're at a store and there's like, oh my god.
It's mine.
They're at a store and everyone's fighting over like specific items like toilet paper, tissues, hand sanitizer. And somebody, there's this blogger and he thinks that he fakes having the sickness and is like, this certain medicine, I forget what it is, but it's like a high prescription drug. If it works, if I'm alive tomorrow, then it works. And then he fakes it, and he fakes taking it, and then he's like, oh, I'm alive. This must be like this world-saving drug, and he makes like millions off of it because he stored up a bunch. He made like $4 million off of it, and then people start pillaging like stores for it, and everyone's like, this drug isn't working, and then they realize that he lied to everybody, and so the Center for Disease Control comes in, and they're like, stop taking this drug, it's not good for you, you really don't want it, and then they start working on the disease, and they start practicing on monkeys, because right now they're at like 25 million people dying, and it says every single day that the virus has been like, the virus outbreak has been, and like we're on like day 14, and they're like working really hard, and so many people are dying, and one of the scientists is in like a rough spot because a lot of her family is dying to the virus, and we basically get to see her perspective. We get to see the main character Mitch's perspective, and like how he doesn't, because his wife died, so he doesn't want anybody else dying, and he wants to keep his family as safe as possible during this. And you really don't think like, wow, someone would go to like be that protective, but like it really happens, and it's like, it's weird because like, thanks, Cooper. Because lockdown is like that, where you want to keep yourself safe and protected, and it's just, it just symbolizes what's happening in the world right now, and it's a really fantastic movie in that sense, where it really portrays the world right now. And the movie came out in 2011, I think, and it's right now, it's literally the world right now, pillaging with the riots, people wearing masks everywhere they go, having to require a mask, Center for Disease Control working like day and night to try to find a virus or a vaccine, and it's really well done. So please watch the movie. What is it called again?
Contagion.
Yeah, that's what it is. I don't want to say Contagion. Contagion. Please watch the movie. I rate it 7 out of 8 Chuck E. Cheese pizzas.
That's a high score.
You should watch the movie, actually, though.
Alright, so after Zach's review, I'm about to review a show. It's on Netflix. It's called 13 Reasons Why, seasons 1 and 2. I haven't watched season 3 yet. But it's honestly kind of butt from the first 2 episodes.
Hot takes with Cooper.
Season 3 is butt. It's all about this girl, Ani, and she's new. And like they don't even talk about Hannah, which is like the main
reason.
The main reason about the main girl
reason
of the
why.
show. She killed herself, and now it's all bad. So you know.
Season 1 and 2
don't
are
even talk about
absolutely
her.
fantastic.
No, season 2 was also kind of butt.
But season
as
1 was
butt.
good. Season
me,
1.
Josh?
I watched seasons
I'm
1 and
feeling
2,
those butts,
and
Cooper.
they were really well. They were really well done. It's really It's like really touching.
Bro, I cried like so many times.
Because of how
Because I'm
butt it
manly.
was.
Because I'm manly. Men can cry.
No.
Okay.
So basically, it's all about our main character, Clay. And
Jensen.
his what?
Clay Jensen.
Who cares?
I do.
Clay, and this girl that he worked with and he worked at the movie theater with and was friends with. He kind of had a crush on her just a little bit, just a tiny bit.
A lot of it.
And then she died, and he was the last person to get these tapes that she had all the reasons why she killed herself. She kind of shifted the blame to like other people. Don't you think?
Yeah, but they were the reasons. There were 13 people why she killed herself. And Clay was one of them.
No, it's a spoiler. Just kidding.
Why would he get the tapes? The 13 people that
Hey, I'm trying to
reasons is why
explain
she gets the tapes.
show. Okay.
I'm explaining why they got the tapes.
He gets the tapes. There's these 13 tapes of why she did the bad thing.
The
Did the bad
no-no
thing.
thing.
So basically, he listens to all of them, and he can't listen to it that much because he gets real sad. Because she killed herself, obviously.
Gets interrupted by his parents all the time.
No.
Yeah.
And I might have understated it. He was in love with this girl.
A little crush, though.
Just a tiny crush. And he's like, I have to get revenge on all of these people that did these bad things to her. I just watched it like 2 days ago. I already forget what he did.
Bro, I remember this. Do you need help?
Yeah, what did he do?
So he tried to, a lot of the tapes told him of how, they hurt her in like a certain way. So he goes to like specific people and tries to get them to like confess some certain things and stuff. And
yeah, all that with
All right,
Zach
since you
saying
know.
really good. So that's basically what it's about. He's trying to get revenge on all these people. This is season 1. And at the end of the season, basically, all the tapes are done with. But then it goes into the trial in season 2. But I have a few comments to say about season 1. They have this amazing storytelling where he'll start listening to the tapes, and then Hannah, she'll start doing the narration over the show. And Clay will ride his bike to like the location of where some terrible thing happened to Hannah. Since he's at the places where Hannah's narrating about, it's these flashbacks where he gets to where he's kind of looking at Hannah and everything that's going around on him. So it gives this unique opportunity to do these amazing transitions. Now season 1 had some great transitions. Like there would be, Clay would go to a place, he would see like a sliding glass door. Somebody would open the door, and when it shut, it would have raindrops on it. It would be this party that happened. So it's like
those were really good.
It's like these transitions that this storytelling can do. So the cinematography is I think it's great in the first 2 seasons, but from what I saw in the 3rd season, it was weird. It seems like every time it's in the future or in the present, it's like a flashback because some dude died or something, you know.
I think they really pushed
You didn't watch season 3.
I watched most of it.
You said you didn't watch it.
Well, I started watching the first 3 episodes, and then I was like, oh, this is hot garbage. This really isn't explaining anything about Hannah Baker, and that's the only reason I watched this, because I was invested in the first 2 seasons because of it.
So, during the flashbacks, the cinematography is just different. It's like everybody's way closer to the cameras. It's like they had a new director of cinematography. Is that a thing? I think it is.
Yeah.
And
cinematographer.
Yeah, but there's not one person just doing all the
I know.
cinematography. There's probably a guy that's directing them. So,
That's called the director, Cooper.
You're right. The director, I guess. But I don't know that he directs the cinema. Well, I guess he does. Yeah, that's stupid. So, it's just weird. It's not good. It's different. It makes me feel like my face is too close to them. And I hate it. That's season 3. So, season 1 is all good. It's sad. It's not really happy ever because, the main love interest of the main character is dead. So it's not happy. Then season 2 comes around, it's this big trial, and every episode is one of the reasons why Hannah did what she did. And they're all going to court testifying, all this pizzazz. Things.
Yeah, but it wasn't about her death. What the
It was
court-
about, the parents of Hannah Baker were suing the school and saying that the school is the reason that Hannah died because they just allowed these people to bully her.
I thought you were talking about the other one.
No! That's the end of season 2.
God.
Talk cack.
So,
I can't say that.
So basically, there's this like politician kid named Marcus Cool. And like most of them tell the truth about Hannah and like what they did because they wanted to help the Bakers. But Marcus and also Bryce.
I hate
it's
Bryce.
Like, you can tell like some of these characters they become good. But the villains, they kind of just stay the villains. The like not villains, but
Enemies.
kind of like the bad guys that caused Hannah what she did, and they didn't apologize. Like, well, she's dead, so they can't apologize. But they didn't apologize to like the Bakers or anybody about what happened. Like, they kept it secret what they did, and like all the other characters, like I said, like too much too. Clay set up this
Cole
wake.
Jensen.
He set up this wake at this coffee shop that they used to go to, and his mom handed him a list, and it was like 11 reasons why not to, and it was like,
Why
bruh.
11?
Well, that's the reason she could come up with. It was less than the reasons why to do it. I'm just going over the sad parts right now, and emotional parts, and this part I thought was really good in the show. It was the first song that, or the only song I guess, that Hannah and Clay danced to, and the first season from a flashback, and every time I watch that scene, it makes me cry, because he just goes to the middle, and then all of his friends, this dude named Tony is like, I gotta find Clay.
I love Tony.
Yeah, Tony's the greatest, and he's like, I gotta find Clay, and then he goes, and they all start hugging him, and he's like crying so hard, because he misses her. Sad scene. So, yeah, it's a great show. Season 1, honestly, hard 7 out of 8. Season 2, 6 out of 8. Season 3 so far, my opinion, 2 out of 8. Honestly, I don't have a reason for that. It just is.
This week, I will be reviewing Pet Sematary.
What, the newer one?
The original one.
Oh, I love
because
that one.
that's the only one I've seen. Now, first at watching this movie, you're going to be like, well, this is kind of just your basic slasher movie where a couple things happen. It's not that good at first. But if you look a little deeper, I found there's a lot more stuff interesting about it. So the story is about how this guy, basically, everyone in his life is dying. And there's this pet cemetery right where they moved. And if you bury someone there, someone or something, it will come back to life. Now, at first, it's like...
Wait, something? Someone or something?
You could bury, like, an animal.
That's something? Can I bury, like, a pencil? And it's just going to be like...
Yeah, Cooper.
I'm a pencil. Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So, basically, if you look deeper into this film, everything is normal until the first death, which is the cat Church. And after this, everything goes downhill. So basically, I see this movie as the story of this guy and how he deals and accepts with death and how he basically goes insane because of it.
Did you see it that way, or did you see a YouTube comment and then you've realized?
No, I saw it this way.
Watch Mojo. 10 things you missed in Pet Sematary.
I was the one commenting that.
Looper, 10 things you missed.
Looper.
That was my...
10 things you missed.
Shut up.
I wrote the script for that video, actually.
Is that your entire review?
No.
Okay, I thought you were done.
Bro, that would have been like...
So basically, the main character, he's just your normal, everyday family man. He works as a doctor. He does his job.
Not you, you're not.
So he does his stuff. And this one kid comes in from the road. He got hit by a car, and now he's dead and dying. So he starts seeing him in visions.
Wait, he's dead and dying? He's both at the
Well,
same
like
time?
he's like dying in the visions of him being dead.
What?
All right, so the kid dies because he couldn't save him.
'Cause he got hit by a
there's
truck and
nothing
half
he
his
could
head is
really
gone.
do. So he basically, the main character feels guilty over this. So he sees him in his conscience, and he's kind of like telling him what to do. I see not really this character as a spirit when he comes back to haunt him, but more of his conscience telling him like, oh no, you shouldn't be doing this. So basically, then the
isn't the
wife's
dead guy-
sister kills herself,
Bro.
and
not funny,
the wife
bro.
basically sees the same thing with her sister, except instead of being this good influence, sister is like haunting her and because she couldn't help her, because she couldn't save her, because the wife blames herself for her killing herself. And then, so they have this neighbor,
No,
you know.
she didn't kill herself.
Yes, she did. She hanged herself in the basement.
Oh yeah.
They have this neighbor, and he's this older guy. He's lived there for a while. At
lot of
first, he's
sugar
kind
in
of
this.
like this creepy guy. Like, there's a lot of close-in shots of just like his face sometimes, and it makes you unnerved. But in reality, he's just this nice guy trying to help the family out because he basically has no one there for him because, well, he's just this old loner guy. But he helps the family out, and so they're having. This is like the main crux of the story. They're having a picnic, and he's with them. And so they're helping their smallest son, Gage, and they're playing with a kite. So he's playing with the kite with the dad, and the dad's like, oh, look at the kite, look at the kite. But then he turns around to go see his family, you know, and Gage drops the kite, and the kite just starts rolling around and rolling and rolling. And then you see it go closer and closer to the road, and you see the kid go closer and closer to the road. At the same time, you see a semi-truck come barreling, speeding down the road.
I don't understand this
And the
part.
kid gets closer and closer, and the truck gets closer and closer. And then Gage goes out into the road as the dad is running out to save him. And boom, he gets hit by the truck. And both him and the truck driver die because truck driver flipped the truck and also died in the crash. So,
This is what I don't understand about it.
once again, father is confronted with the death of his youngest son, which he's heavily affected by.
And his
Everyone.
wife hung herself too.
No, his wife's sister.
Oh. But his
Who's-
wife's still alive.
Yes, his wife is still alive.
But his son, how many sons does he have?
One. And then he has a daughter.
And his son is dead?
Yes, his son is dead.
His
One
wife
son?
the wife also dies.
That's not till the end, though.
Okay.
But, so basically, he's heavily affected, and again, he blames himself because he was right there. He should have been watching. He could have stopped him. He thinks it's his fault that his son died, and he could have saved him. And other people blame this on him, like his father-in-law at the funeral. They get into a fist fight because the father-in-law blames him, and they end up. This was a really kind of weird part, but basically they knock down the coffin.
And he goes rolling
and
out.
The kid just like rolls out. It was kind of stupid, but yeah, anyway. So then the wife takes the daughter to the father and her father and mother's place back in Chicago because she needs time to think about it. But at the same time, she starts seeing the apparition of the boy who was killed by the truck in the beginning. And he's like, you gotta go back, you gotta go stop him. He's going to bury your son in the cemetery. He's gonna come back and he's gonna do some evil things. So, of course, what does he do? He buries the kid in the cemetery. He comes back and he kills their neighbor because he's evil, because that's what the cemetery does. It brings them back, but they're evil. So he kills the neighbor, and the wife comes back and she hitches a ride. She goes back to their house. All during this time, the father's figuring out, okay, I need to kill them. So he gets syringes full of some chemical, and he
Kill his
goes,
son.
kills the cat. So the wife goes to the neighbor's house where the neighbor is already dead. She finds the neighbor dead, and then their son kills her. So the father goes in with his syringe and he's like, okay, I gotta stop this kid. This kid's gonna kill everybody.
That kid is the worst, like, the scariest villain in the entire world. Because, like, the way he, like, chops off, like, the knee, or the
Achilles
heel.
tendon.
Yeah, that was so weird.
It was good, but I don't think it's scary because it's a child.
Oh, it's not.
You just
it's
take
not scary. It's just
you
like
just wear a boot and you kick the child like a football. So the wife goes in and she's like, "Oh my God," she dies. The father goes in. He finds the kid. He's like, "Yeah, I'm tired. You killed my wife." So he kills the kid. Then he finds the wife and he's like, "I can't lose everybody," because at this point, he's basically lost everything. So now he's just completely lost it. Even after seeing what the cemetery did to both the cat and the son, making them evil and killing people he loved and knew, he takes the wife and he goes and he buries her in the cemetery.
Wow.
And in the end, she comes back, a rotted, decrepit corpse, and he embraces her as she raises a knife up to stab him in the back.
Wow.
That's how the movie ends.
That's crazy.
Now, if you just watch this movie, it's alright. There's a lot of just weird moments like the one with the coffin, and there's just a bunch of stuff like that throughout the whole thing.
Especially the one where, like, the random house burns down with the boy.
Well,
He's
that
like
was a
zombie
story. That was explaining that people can come back because the neighbor at first told the guy, "No, people can't come back. Don't even bury someone up there. It won't work." And he's like, "All right, someone did come back, but he came back evil, so don't bury your son there."
That's like, I just felt like that was kind of unneeded though. I feel like he could have been like, don't bury anybody there, and then he would have still like defied the rules, and then it would have.
I felt it would have been better if it was, instead of showing a flashback, because the flashback was kind of bad. It was just kind of stupid. The actors in it weren't very good. They could have just, because the neighbor actually was a pretty good actor. They could have just had like an emotional monologue where he told this whole story. And just him without the flashbacks, it would have been better, but... Anyway, if you look deeper into this movie, there's a lot more to enjoy out of it. So I'll rate this a 5 out of 8.
Nice.
Well.
No!
Well, that'll be our show.
I have a few more things to say about certain reasons why.
Okay, well, that'll be our show for...
So, basically... I was gonna say.
Okay,
So in season 2 of the show, Clay
things.
keeps meeting with Hannah's ghost, and honestly, I don't think it's actually her ghost. I think it might have been. I like to see it as Clay is going insane throughout the course of season 2, and that's what's happening.
Bro, that's booty.
What? It's
That's
butt.
butts.
It's butt. It's just butt.
That's straight bum.
So, yeah.
Is that it?
You can end it.
So, I'll take you out with the song. Zach, can you sing for me?
Me. Okay.
Go listen to a song, and
I'll give you a tone, bro.
No, I'm gonna go get a guitar. I'm actually gonna play my song. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna do it.
Next episode.
Next episode, I'll play a song.
All right, well, that'll be our show today, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do, watch our other episodes. They're interesting. Thank you guys for watching.
You're good.
Please subscribe to Dave Cable. And
go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Cooper Stewart,
where he does the Pokemon cards.
Wait, no, it's actually Joe Ronald because I got hacked. And my YouTube name is Joe Ronald.
Thank you guys for watching.
Oh, I'm a zombie, pencil. Ooh wee. I'm pointless. I literally have no tip anymore. I can't write, I can't draw. I am utterly pointless. Oh, zombie pencil me.